weekend started. Well, when I have a couple beers and grind away the week. It's been a crazy one. In case you don't know, I've dealt with Teddy all week being sick. He wasn't eating, wasn't drinking. So that's what started my crazy week. One sick puppy. So now that I got him halfway doing all right, I guess. I blended up some of their nightly foods. Blended that stuff up real good, pureed it, and he's been drinking it throughout the day. He's had a little puppy baby bottle about this big, but he drank it all. So I got more made up for him. And just last night, his brother didn't want to eat. He wouldn't drink anything. So immediately I started bottle feeding him, syringe feeding him chicken broth. And now he's got some liquid IV that I'm having him drink, and he seems to be enjoying it. So I just got to give him a little at a time. I don't want him to throw it up as quick as he puts it down, which that's what Teddy was doing when I first started helping him. But RJ's thirsty. He's drinking it on his own. So that's been my week. Sick puppies. Trying to nurse them back to health. I've done more laundry in 1 week than any man probably does in a year, because there's a lot. Dog bedding and puppy beds. They are going through them. Teddy not so much anymore. He can go outside and take off and do his stuff that way. But RJ, he's new into it, so his bedding has changed 2, 3 times, 4 times a day. Just like Teddy's was when he first started, so I get no sleep, no bedding, no rest. Always doing something, but I want to thank everybody who's sending well wishes and said your little prayers for them too, because I'm not gonna lie, I shed a couple tears because I thought a couple nights he was gone, and I didn't know what to do. So I just started force feeding him through a syringe. First started off every 30 minutes, but then I was afraid he was going to get sick because he started to. He didn't, but he started to get sick. So I moved it around to every 45 minutes to an hour. So he was keeping it down, his chicken broth and everything. But now he's doing the good food. So that's my update on them. So now I'm just having some beer and trying to forget this week, because I don't want to ever do this again. I've washed my hands so much they starting to crack. But I have to do what I have to do to try not to spread it because I got other puppies to worry about. Other dogs, other things. And I don't know what it is. But they're both sleeping peacefully. It's Saturday night, so I guess everybody's sleeping. I don't blame them. I have to stay awake just for a little bit longer so they can get their last potty in. Can make sure the little ones have eaten and everything. So I'm gonna have me a few drinks and try to forget about this week. I sure don't want another one. They've been rough. But I'll make it. I'll be tired. Yesterday I gave them all a bath. Got some new flea shampoo. So I had to wash them all up real good. I got 4 puppies yesterday and 5 older dogs today. So it's been just in water all the time, my hands. RJ's getting a little different treatment. I keep a little bit of warm water by his bed, and when I change his bedding, I make sure I wash him down real good to get any of the virus that's whatever it is that might be on him. I try to get it away. So it's been interesting. If he goes back to watch this, I'm pretty sure me and Rolly are on different time zones. I'm not for sure about that. I'm supposed to meet here at 9, but it's no big deal. He got a new puppy too, so he's been busy like me. We never discussed time zones. Everybody's asleep, but I haven't put anybody in their beds yet. I got Susie. Molly on that side. There we got a little bit. My ferocious attack dog there. Old Lily. She's my smallest, but boy, she got a big attitude. I think she'd fight a bear. She ain't scared. She would lose, but she would let him know she was there. Keep looking over because TV's on. Nobody else is on here, so I'm just watching a silent show. Actually, it's the movie Lawless. I don't know if anybody's ever seen it or whoever watched this has seen it, but it's a really good show. It's a good movie. Oh, how's everybody's week so far? You can, even if you watch this later, you can say in the comments, had a bad week, had a shitty week. That's what we're here for. Discuss our good weeks, bad weeks. I have them all. More bad than good, but good Lord keeps waking me up, so that's not bad. Hey, I got a thumbs up and a watcher. How's everybody doing? I guess some people just scroll by and see it live and they're like, oh, one person viewing, no people viewing. What's up, Rolly? Dogs, they're good. Teddy is drinking some solid food nowadays. Well, I'm taking his nightly dinner and purifying it and putting it in a dish for him. He drinks a little bit out of the dish, but he's mostly, I still got a little baby bottle squirted in him. He wants to fight it, but he needs the nutrition. RJ, he's at the beginning, but he's doing a lot better than Teddy was because Teddy wouldn't even drink anything. RJ is at least drinking his liquid IV and things on his own, so I put a little bit in there at a time. But they're surviving. The good Lord lets them wake up every day and gives me the strength to remember every hour on the hour to feed them, change bedding, do everything that needs to be done to try not to spread this virus or whatever it is, because I'm not for sure. So how's Goober doing? Rainy and cold. I could go for some cold weather. I mean, it's, well, not really cold. Some cooler weather. Right now, it's probably still 76 degrees outside. He's a mama's boy, trader. Yeah, males tend to do that. I found that out with Rambo. I went over the road and he became mama's boy, which is good because I told him to keep an eye on her, and that's what he done. 3 people watching. Me and Rolly are having a beer, discussing our weeks and our dogs. If anybody else wants to join in, feel free. Pop a top, say hello, join in the conversation. Well, at least he likes your wife. I mean, that's a good thing because some dogs they don't like the other spouse or whatever if they get attached to one. My boy loved to see me come home. He was happy when I was there. But when I left, he's on his mama's butt. He took his job seriously. He's like, okay, you're cool. You like me. Now I'm going to go where the snack dealer is. Usually they're pretty smart on who hands out what treats. And quietly, like, shh, don't say nothing. Because that's what they do. Yeah, all my dogs knew who was giving them treats. And now they know I'm that guy. Yep, that's how it goes. They're part of the family now. I've had to divide up sleeping arrangements around here, so I get the 2 puppy girls. They up in my bed. It's probably not a good thing to start, but I got the 2 boys separated, so they're not around one another. And then I got the other 2 dogs, Ollie and Toby. They're not around. Susie and Ruby, they sleep in a separate cage. But usually it's 2 puppies to a cage because they're small, and girls in one, boys in the other. But with one getting over being sick and the other one getting started, I'm not putting them together. So the girls are left out. So they get to go sleep with Dog Daddy. And they some cuddle butts. I'll tell you what. Them girls get right up on you and don't move. It's amazing how fast they become part of the family. Yeah. He's like, well, I'm going to bed. You can stay up, watch TV or whatever. I know where my snacks are, and she cuddles just as good. That cold one's about empty. I'm about to have to get my other one. I only got 2 of them, but I made sure they were big ones. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with a cold beer. It's a hot night, and I refuse to turn my air conditioning on because it's only 80 something degrees outside, and that's not hot in the south. So I open up the windows and turn on some fans. I mean, my bedroom's upstairs. Ain't nobody breaking in that window. And if they are, Surprise. Yes, they do. They're going down pretty smooth as well. So that's a good thing. Just kick back, relax, forget about the week. Anybody had any? No, no training wheels. Well, that's what I call them, but I like to taste the Corona. I'm not big on the lime and things like that. Sometimes it gets in the way of taking a big drink. I've drank them that way, and I will drink them with lime, but I don't have any, and didn't try to go all out for a beer. Normally, it's just pop a top, have a few. I've only had my 6 pack last week, and this one in about a year. So I'm not stocked up for drinking, but I'll buy a couple just to hang out with everybody and see how everything's going. But yeah, no fruity cocktails or training wheels, as people call it. I don't even care much for mixed drinks because I've never understood people that, because I don't know, to me, liquor, it's not a very good taste. It's kind of rough. So when you take 2 ounces of liquor, put it in 8 ounces of Coke or whatever the hell you're drinking, now you got 8 ounces of 10 ounces of nasty drink when you could just shoot 2 ounces, chase it with something, and then you're good. That's what I like if I'm going to drink liquor. And normally, if I'm going to drink it, it's going to be vodka. I don't mind that too well, too awful bad. Sorry, Sue. Didn't mean to be in your way. She literally jumped down and huffed at me. That's too funny. I get attitude still and I live alone. that's that's how it goes. In every man's life, he has to answer to a woman somehow, some way. I have 4 of them. There you go. I don't mind Coors either. One thing I don't care much for is what my brother drinks. He likes Heineken. And I'd rather, if I'm going to have a beer, I like the taste of a Corona. It's got a little kick taste to it. I used to be a Budweiser man way back when. And then when that shit started with Budweiser, I was just like, nah, I'm good. Yeah, I come from a whole family full of people that like to drink way too much. So I keep it down to a minimum. I control myself. But congratulations on your 14 months sober. I mean, that's awesome. That's the thing to do. Now, see, I didn't mind Miller Lite back when wasn't bad. I mean, I grew up back in the day when we used to go, you know, 14, 15 years old. We'd walk in the alley and find a truck parked, and the guy had been drinking the night before and passed out. You're welcome, buddy. And they'd be passed out or whatever in their apartment, and back of their truck was cooler, and we'd snatch natural light, straight up, or Pabst Blue Ribbon, depending what was there. And at 14, 15, you really didn't care what kind of beer it was. You was going to get a buzz. So I can drink about any of it, but the taste of Corona is good to me. Well, Matthew, this has got to be a pretty bad show for you to watch, sitting around having a beer here and there. But as long as it's not leading you to any crazy temptations, then join in. I like conversating. Yeah, I don't think I... Well, that's cool. I don't drink. I I didn't even buy these. My brother, he brought one home and he's like, boom. I was like, ah, okay. And he brought one the next night. I was like, well, I'll save those for Saturday and everything. So that's what I'm doing now, is just having these, because my week is packed full of dogs and taking care of everything. Woo! You must have went to Florida. The rule of Florida is go on vacation, leave on probation. Yeah, I know. Well, that's part of being able to handle it, is knowing that you are and you can't be around it, which technically if you're at home, you're not around it. You're just watching other drunks at some different bar. Just got off probation in January. Hell yeah. I hate to tell y'all, but I guess I'm Mr. Goody Two Shoes, because I've tried to stay out of trouble my whole entire life. I've had a kid at a young age, and I went to work, did my best to stay out of everything. I've been to prison. I've been there to visit people. I've been to jail to visit people. I just, when I see trouble when I was younger, I'd go in the other direction. Now, I'm not saying in my 20s that I shouldn't been in jail a couple times, because there's some times that I should probably been put under the jail for as drunk as I was and driving. I thank the good Lord that I didn't do anything wrong. But yeah, when I was younger, and then you got to grow up. This is not good. And most of my life, I always lived by the motto, why drink and drive when you can smoke and fly? And that's what I did. Yeah, there's some people that enjoy that place too much because they're in and out like a hotel room. I enjoy my bed. That's not one place I want to end up. I see somebody like me. There's probably a few of them out there, but that's normally what kept me out of trouble because I could function while I was flying. I got up and went to work every day, come off work, do what I did, and relax, and do it again the next day. I still don't mind throwing a cold beer in there every now and then. But like I said, this is what I've got, and I won't drink anything unless everybody'd like to do this again next week, because I'm down for having a few beers and hanging out. Well, that's true, but I think I would prefer under the bridge because of, well, I can get up in the morning and go where the hell I want. Probably be to the nearest street corner with a sign. It says, we'll work for food, and motherfuckers look at me and be like, that man been working his ass off. I've seen plenty of people with them signs. Will work for food, and you offer them a job, they don't want to go do it. They're like, nah, I ain't working for nothing. It's like, damn, you said you work for food. I mean, it's pretty bad because even out on the road, you got people that were, I'll wash your windows, I'll do anything for money. I was like, yep, that's the key word, anything for money. You need your truck clean? Nope. I did that last time I was at home. What I need is sleep and for you to go to hell away. But there's plenty of people out there that do that sort of shit. Yeah, I can imagine. Unfortunately, my daughter would not let me take either one. She would drop everything. I would be upset because you think it's cold where you're at. She lives in Rochester, New York, and she would take my old ass up there and stick me in the snow and the freezing cold and be like, here, get used to it. And I've been in Buffalo in January. I've been in Rochester and all that. I've been in Western Ohio. I don't want nothing to do with none of that. That's why I parked my truck in the South and I quit driving, so I parked my ass in the South. We get about 2 weeks of cold out of here, and that's 2 weeks too much for me. I'm not a cold weather fan. I'm built for it, but I don't like it. But that's me. I grew up in it. I know about it. But I'm not a fan. Now today I could use a little cooler weather. Not cold, just cooler. Yeah, I've heard it's I don't mind not bad winters. I mean, as a kid, I'd love when it snowed and it's like get up extra early in the morning and see if the name of your school scrolls across the bottom of the TV. Be like, is school in? Do I have to go? And then boom, no school. Shit, I was dressed and out the door in 2 feet of snow having fun. Nowadays, I see an inch of snow and it's like, forget this shit. It's cold out there. But yeah, I guess old age gets you like that. I am, I like my warm weather. Like I said, I can sit down here and open up the doors, turn the fan on. Dogs are in and out all the time, having their fun. All right, well, you guys talk among yourselves for 2 minutes. We'll give you the Chuck Woolery. 2 and 2. Be right back at you. I gotta grab beer. Hold on, girls. I'm coming right back. Oh yeah, I told you I was coming right back, baby. I'm back. Yes, heavy wet snow is tough to shovel. I laughed the first time my daughter sent me a video of her using a snowblower. I was like, yeah, I remember those. I need to invest in a bottle opener for out here. These are harder to open than the little one. They must have put more oomph to them. The little ones you can open up and they'll pop. Done. One stick. Well, I've had 3 people hanging in constantly, and I really appreciate all 3 of you. This is good conversation, which is real nice. I got lost somewhere where I went for a beer. Thought it was one stick. Oh, okay. Now I found it. I had to back up and read comments. How much butter did you use in those grits? I didn't use a whole lot of butter in my grits. I when I boiled the water, I put about 2 pats of butter in it, rolled it around, and while the water was boiling, and then when my grits were about done, I put another 2 pats in it, and that's probably about it. Maybe a quarter of a stick. But when I added the cheese and the bacon, man, I ain't never made grits. I've eaten them. I mean, I guess the best grits I used to eat would have been came from the Cracker Barrel. Yeah, there was lots of stirring going on because I didn't want to burn them, and I've never cooked them, so I was like, stir it, stir it, stir it, throw it, throw it, throw it. But the bacon and the cheese made them real good, and I must have salted them just about right because I didn't have to add any more. I was like, okay, that's cool. But I thought they were really good, and I was trying to think of other things that one can make with grits besides shrimp and grits. Everybody knows about that. I know about all the breakfast things that you can make with grits and stuff, but I never cooked them. I'll be making them again. I mean, I have some. Well, I have a shitload here because the ex, I guess, she liked grits. And that's the one thing she didn't take when she left. All of her grits. So I will eat them. I've heard people like to put sugar and stuff in them. I don't know. I've never had them that way, but I'm pretty sure grits is corn, and I don't mind sweet corn on the cob, but I don't know about grits. If I want sweet, I'll have oatmeal because I like some cinnamon brown sugar oatmeal on a hot day or a cold day, whatever day it is. There you go. So yeah, next time I'll just do me a good breakfast of some grits, eggs. But I gotta go to the store the next couple of days, and I gotta grab me another shitload of bacon. And I'm gonna get me some breakfast sausage because I want some damn biscuits and gravy. I mean, right now that sounds yummy. What's up, sweetie, sweetie? You ain't supposed to be walking around. You're supposed to be in the bed. There's my killer chihuahua. Little Lily. She's such a doll baby. I know. You said I'm supposed to be in bed, Daddy. Why you wake? I know. I smell like beer. And no, you cannot have any. You can sit right here, though. You can sit down or lay down. And the choice is yours. Her and her sister. They my pride and joy. I don't think her sister's elevator goes quite to the top. Molly is, she's unique. She's very scared of everything and stuff like that. But she lets me pick her up and carry her upstairs. And she didn't mind hanging out and sleeping with me. That's probably because her big sister was there. You should have seen it a while ago. Oliver snapped at Molly and scared her. So he got in trouble because he's been told not to do that because he scares the crap out of her. Sometimes, literally. And he jumped on her. So I put him up. And Lily sat there for 15 minutes of me telling her to stop and no, in his cage, just looking at it, barking her head off, giving him the what's up for scaring her sister. She was not happy. I had to get her to calm down before I could let him out. I was afraid she might go after him. And that wouldn't be a good thing. Because she weighs 3 pounds. And Oliver weighs 23 pounds. Which, giving him and Wally a bath today, I've realized that they've put on a few pounds lately. So I have to cut back on their portions of their nightly dinner. Huh. Let me see if my phone's up. I'll turn my volume up, see if that picks up a little better. I'm not for sure why, but sometimes I get this, like I'm screaming. It's a lot louder in my head. So I went Thursday for my neurologist. She made me laugh. She's a nice lady, so Dr. Stokes for strokes. But yeah, I went and saw her. She scheduled another MRI. She wants to compare it to the last one since it's been a year old. Well, tell the neighbors, hey. Party at Rolly's house. He's invited a bunch of virtual strangers over. They'll love that. So I got my MRI scheduled, and then, well, I don't have it scheduled yet. I'll call him Monday. And then I gotta go visit her again so she can go over the results. I'm just hoping that I haven't had any more, because there's a lot of little ones I've had that I didn't know I had. And Wednesday I go see my heart doctor. So my daughter filled out the stuff. Well, that's good. Hope everything turns out well for you on your CT scan and your neurologist appointment. I just want to see if any more damage has occurred. But she really made me laugh because we sat down and I was sitting and she was going over everything and having conversations with me. And she said, "You chewing gum?" I was like, "No, ma'am." She said, "You got dentures?" And I was like, "No, ma'am." And I just looked at her and smiled. I said, "You talking about this twitch that I got in my face?" And I said, "Yeah, it's just, it appeared after my stroke that I can sit around and looks like I'm chewing on gum, but I'm not. And in the past week, I've developed just nerve here, just keeps jumping for no reason at whatever time. It'll jump for about 10-15 minutes. And sometimes it jumps every 10 or 15 minutes. You need some more, buddy? I'm hearing you slurping, so. Gotcha. So yeah, you have, I guess yours was the stroke in the brain, or that's what puzzled my neurologist is in the emergency room. He's like, I don't see any reason for you to be having strokes. So we're keeping you a little longer to run some more tests. And that's when they discovered the hole in my heart. She said everybody's born with it. Most of them close up. 25% of the population has it with no problems. So they don't worry about closing them up. She said, but there's a few out of that 25% that have a problem. And they don't know they have a problem until that first stroke hits. And I'm like, well, I had 3 hit before somebody figured out that was the problem. Yeah, my speech has gotten a little better. I still slur stuff. I still say things that are off the wall, and I've had a couple people make comments, but it happens. But I developed this, and I've noticed that the right side of my mouth, it drops and droops a little. Yeah, I remember you from last week, Jason. How's it going? We're just enjoying. Me and Rolly are still discussing our stuff. That's good to hear. That's all you can ask for is things to go good in life. Because like me, when things go bad, they go really shitty. All right, gotta take 2 seconds to go fill up this puppy's little IV water thing there. He's already slurped it all down. So you can watch. We'll see if we can get over there to see him. He's down there in his little cage. I got you, buddy. Daddy got you some Pedialyte, some liquid IV. Okay, I'll get you a little. You know, I don't put much in at a time, so I don't want you to drink too much. Don't spill it either. But if you do, I'll get you more. That baby's sick. I used to care a lot more about sports than I do these days. Once I saw the NFL disrespecting America and taking knees for whatever the hell they believe in. And I was never good at basketball, but I used to love watching March Madness because 16 teams. I mean, when it got down to there, that's when you started betting. Got 16 of them. Who's going to win it all? And I grew up in Kentucky in the 80s, so March Madness is a good thing to watch. All right, Jason, you be safe and enjoy your evening. We'll be here sometime. I'm not for sure when I'm going to do my next live. I've been getting up in the mornings and take care of puppies and everything. I just hadn't had time to go out and hang out with them because whatever this is has got them. It had me scared shitless for Teddy. RJ has it, or a form of it, but he's drinking on his own, which I couldn't get Teddy to drink at all. I had to force feed him. But now everybody's well, they're going through it. I'm just hoping that these girls don't get it, because for some reason it's only the boys. And somebody, won't say anybody's name, RJ, he's not as rough as he was. You saw in the video, I mean, he was outside and he stretched out in the grass and things like that. When he was real bad, I'd try to put him outside for an hour a day for some fresh air. And he would manage to hobble his little butt to the side of the house and lay in the shade. And he would sit there. So I'd leave him there for about 30 minutes and I'd go in the kitchen, do some dishes or cook something, because I could peek out the window and still see him, and made sure he was all right. He was just relaxing. But just today I got him outside and you saw the little video where he was at, and he was doing all right. And then after I cut the video, before he came in, he walked over and Toby came outside, because you can't keep him in. He jumps fences, climbs fences. If he wants to go, he goes. And he come outside and he started barking at something. And Teddy turned around and he started barking. I was like, that's a pretty good sign there, buddy. That he'll bark a little bit. And so he's doing better. He's not eating solid foods. He's not really wanting to even drink his liquefied food. They want to fight me every step of the way. And if you don't have a Chihuahua, to get something in their mouth is almost nearly impossible, because their top teeth go over their bottom teeth. And they will not let you get a finger in between the two to pry their mouth open to get something inside. So for the first couple of days, it was just like, okay, pull their cheek back, put some stuff in there, close the cheek and hold her head up and be like, you got to swallow it or spit it out. But he's doing much better. I even put a little bowl in there of his liquefied dinner, and he's licked that a little bit. He's starting to chew his tail or whatever. He just got a flea bath. They're doing better, Jason. They're definitely better than they were. They're not completely back to health, but fingers crossed, and the good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, they'll they'll be good as new in a couple of days, or might even take a week. I know Teddy's lost so much weight, but it won't take long for me to fatten him up. Once he's able to eat, I don't care what he wants. I'll get it for him. He wants a pizza, I'll buy him a pizza. Double cheeseburger, it's on. No, Teddy's the youngest. RJ's the second. That's how the puppies were born. It was little Lily. She got no legs, but she's the oldest. Then RJ came out. Twins. They look just alike. And then came Molly. Molly came out backwards. So that's why I said I don't think her elevator goes to the top, but I love her just the same. So she came out, and then Teddy was the baby. He was also the runt. He was the very smallest one, but turned out to be the biggest. Well, thanks for your wishes and everything for him, and Jason, I appreciate that. And they're listening, so they hear me. And I pass on messages to my dogs because that's all I got to talk to. When somebody says something, I say stuff back. And I haven't been on much and haven't posted much, but there's a friend of mine, Linda, out there that I haven't heard from in 4 or 5 days. And if she watches this, I hope you're doing okay, and shoot me a message, let me know you're all right. Because for some reason, the people that view my channels most are 65 and up. Us 50 to 60 year olds, we're in there. We're next in line, but for some reason, I have the older people. I guess it's because of the dogs. They like the dogs, which I like the dogs. He's a terrorist. Uh-oh. What are his list of demands? I've got some with crazy lists. Susie wants what she wants when she wants it, and she wants it now, whether it's outside, pet, getting up in the chair. And I have a damn demanding cat, Stella. I had to get up this morning, and her bowl was empty when she came in. And I was like, well, it's going to have to be empty for a few minutes because I've got bedding to change and little puppies to wash off and keep clean. And she sat there the whole time screaming she wants food. Yep, I get that. I see people like that all the time. Bald headed, sausage neck, fat guy. We related? Do I know you? And I come from the north, so could be. I had some aunts and uncles that lived in Ohio because we used to go down and visit them on vacation. I had a grandma that lived there. Probably. I had a grandma that lived down there that she was blind. I used to trip out that we'd go into her house and there'd be no lights on or nothing. she didn't need lights, so it's like, okay. But man, could she make a Mississippi mud cake that would curl your toes? It was so sweet and delicious. And I remember that. We go there and she always had one made or was making one. That my cousin Ricky was out deer hunting or something like that, and always bringing one back. So I guess I was 6 or 7. First time I seen a deer strung up on a tree and split from neck to nuts as they were dressing him and getting him ready. So I've been around country living my whole life, even though I was born up in Detroit. But yeah, I got introduced to Ohio country at a young age. And then when we moved, we just skipped Ohio. Yes, they are. I was doing some work about 15 years back for a guy. It was a side job. Boss man handed to us, and it was after work. We go out there and put some floors in his house, well, his cabin. And every time we get out there, he'd have just a roll about that big around, 15, 25 links of deer sausage in them. And he'd set one out on the counter with a note that says, "Eat up, guys." And I was like, man, I never want to leave here. Some good fresh deer sausage. Deer jerky, whatever you call it. I enjoyed it. Yeah, deer is supposed to be some of the best meat one can eat. It's the most lean and all that stuff. So they're good for you. Nothing wrong with it. I think last time that, I don't remember the last time I had good deer meat. And if you ain't killing it yourself, you're not getting no backstrap or none of that good stuff. They're keeping that for themselves. Yeah, I know that's right. I've rabbit is good. I like rabbit. I don't mind squirrel. I've eaten that. Uh, used to like go coon hunting. Like I said, being young and in the winter, that was cool because I would go with a friend of mine's dad, and they unfortunately liked the beer a little too much. Yep. Most people that spend all that time in a stand and have to trace out and track him down or get him field dressed and ready to haul out. You ain't getting the best part of me. That's mine and my family. But I mean, hamburgers, any of that, I'd gladly take. Like deer meat. The craziest thing I've ever eaten was an old man made us some big old turtle. We were out in the creek riding our four-wheelers and hit one. We didn't kill it. I mean, we were on a four-wheeler and just covered the shell up and boom. And the older guy, the dad that was supervising us, who was drinking, having fun, he's like, shit, let's grab that son bitch. So we strapped him on the back of our four-wheeler and took him to his brother's house. And that's when old Wes, he was like, yep, come back in a couple hours, he'll be ready. He had that sucker in the frying pan and it was greasy, but it was good. I guess if you put enough of the right seasonings, I mean, somebody could make a tennis shoe taste good. I'm not that guy, but there's somebody out there that can. I'd be lucky to make whatever I got taste good, but I still give it a try. Because I mean, I gotta eat, so nobody here to cook it for me. I wish the dogs would learn how to cook. I think my videos would get more views. To see them little chihuahuas on the stove stirring them grits. Listening to RJ sleep and he's wheezing a little bit. I have to keep an eye on him. This is why I haven't been sleeping. They make weird noises and I get worried. Yes, that would have a great ring to it. What a dog cooked a fat guy for dinner. I guess if one could edit a bunch of shit and do stuff like that, but I take pride into being natural. I mean, this is what I cook. This is how I feel myself making it. I show everybody, hey, it's done. Now I turn the camera off and I go to town and eat the shit out of it. Of course, I'm not eating as much as I used to. I was shocked that I weighed 267 at the doctor's office. I was like, yay. Last time I weighed myself, it was 290 something. Yeah. I'd settle for making $10 off of any post. But yeah, if I could train them how to cook, then one could win a millionaire. I did get a lottery ticket. I keep my fingers crossed. Like I said, I wouldn't tell anybody I won the lottery, but they would figure it out. You would definitely could tell. For one, if I won the lottery, then I would be posting things about what my personal veterinarian said about my dog, and I would have my own little hospital room. And be like, look, you just come to the house and take care of my animals. I have it all set up. Whatever medicines you need, we'll go to the pharmacy and get them. But yeah, there would definitely be signs if I won the lottery or even made $1 million. I think I could retire on that. Yeah, that's me. I've kept my fingers crossed for so long that you walk around in public and people wonder if you're throwing up gang signs or what, because you're all crooked. And that's as straight as I can make them. I'd like to know anybody. I mean, that would be great just to even know somebody that won the lottery and not just $5 off a scratch off ticket. I mean, that's nice too. Congratulations. But I wouldn't mind hearing anybody I knew and cared about and said, hey man, I just hit it big. I'd be like, congratulations. Yeah, I buy a $5 ticket and it wins 10. That's a big win for me. It's like, hell yeah. I've always grown up with the saying in the family, if it wasn't for bad luck, you wouldn't have any. AKA the luck of the Irish. That's what they used to say around there. If it wasn't for bad luck, you wouldn't have any. And I'm good with that. It made me who I am today. A single man with 9 dogs, another wife that walked out. This ain't the first time. This ain't my first rodeo. I agree. You got it down to a science, and I should be the man teaching the fucking class on bad luck. And I have my assistant teacher, Rolly, who has it down to a science. So he could tell you all about this bad luck. I could just teach you how to get yourself into it. You do everything right, try to be a nice person, and bam, bite you in the ass. Who is sitting behind me? Oh man. I know. She said, Daddy, why are you moving me? Because, sweetie, when you sit directly behind me, that takes up all my spot. Now you're good. Now I can sit back and relax and rest my body. My lower back is on fire right now. It's part of life, I guess. Don't you go falling. Those won't work. Sorry guys, I'm looking for my glasses. Found them. had to sit back a little bit. So I have to put them on to make sure I can read stuff. While me and Lily sit here and chill. I think she's mad at me for moving her. She'll be okay. Where you going, Tweety? Tweety. You worried about your brother? He's ready to fight Oliver over your sister. These beers have done me good this evening. Like I said, I don't drink a lot, so 2 beers got me. Woo! Of course, they're 2 big beers. I think it says 32s. Who knows? She had to go sit on the arm and relax. What do you want, Ruby? Rude B. Girl, you can't be itching still. I've gotten. You got 5 pounds of fucking flea shampoo that went through your skin today. She got soaked pretty good. She won't let me cut all of her hair off, so her brother now, Toby, he let me cut him down. Sweetie, you can't just come up here plopping on a puppy's head just because that's a house. And you're like, I'm home, bum. It's okay, Lily. She's just the rude aunt. Yes, her is. We'll call her the rude aunt. That's why I call her Ruby instead of Ruby. Old Rube. Well, I've had 2 people hanging on, but Rolly, you're the only one talking. I think somebody's just spying on me, which I'm good with. All right, well, good luck with that, and hopefully Goober goes quickly, keep you out of the wet and coldness and all that stuff. I'm gonna sit here and enjoy the rest of my beer for a minute, and then I'm not far behind you. I'm gonna tell them all, get them in their beds and get them 2 girls upstairs and get ready for bed myself. It's been a long week. I've drowned a lot of my troubles. Not all of them, but I've drowned a few. I'm optimistic about the recovery of the puppies. They should be okay. At least I hope they are. I pray they are. Until they're eating on their own and back to their normal selves, I'm going to worry about them all the way till then. But All right, brother. You have a good night and be safe and enjoy that goober. So everybody, now that Rolly's gone, anybody else want to talk? Got anything to say? Or am I just white noise while you sleep? Well, two of you left. Just down to one. I'm good with that. One person's watching. You're not speaking, but they're watching. So maybe you're enjoying watching me. Well, I appreciate whoever's hanging on. I mean, that's mighty noble of you. Even though you haven't said anything. Or maybe you have, I don't know. But I've only talked to two people, and that would have been Rolly and Matthew. So whoever's hanging on, hopefully you're enjoying your drink, having your cigarettes. I got two. Hello. Got any questions? Or you just, everybody likes to watch an old fat man have a drink. Having a drink with a couple puppies. We got Ruby and Lily. I don't know where Molly went. I'll have to hunt her down. She hadn't been outside, I know that. But I'm pretty sure she's laying in a cage somewhere. Oh, I found her. She's in the cage behind me. She's in her mama's and her aunt's bed. Hanging out. She's waiting on me to go upstairs. She said, I can get used to sleeping with Daddy. So I'm hoping the other two get feeling better sooner, so they don't get used to sleeping with me. Because I don't mind them sleeping, but my biggest worry is in the mornings when it's time to get up. Are you going to get up and get downstairs and out the door in time to use the restroom without going all over the place? RJ He's making noises. He's done kicked his bowl around. You need some more? More drink? He's wheezing an awful lot right now. Let me turn on some light and see if I can see what's going on with him. You okay, buddy? You need some more Pedialyte? Because I will hook you up on as much of that stuff as you can handle. Trust me. As long as he's drinking something, I'm good. Well, that was the last person. I turned the light on, so. Closing time. So finish your alcohol or beer. You ain't gotta go home, but you can't stay here. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and join in the conversations. We enjoy having them. Other than that, everybody have a great night and a great rest of the weekend, and be safe out there. Thanks for watching.